So he run it? Like,
Huh?
does he run it?
Yeah, but not for long. I'm going to put my foot down. I am. But no, but
The boy almost 10.
No, no, but what I've noticed though is that when I put him to bed at like 9, and we do the bath and all that kind of stuff, like it's not as hard to wake him up, so he has a better day at school. Okay. Now sometimes when he go to bed at that time, then sometimes his teacher will call and say, "Hey, he had a really rough day. What's going on?" And then I feel bad because then like this kind of brings what we're talking about.
Right.
You're not really preparing your child.
I agree.
And a lot of times it's easier because you feel like, well, I'm up. I don't want to fight him. I don't want him to cry for 3 hours. Just fine. Go in your room. Turn on Teletubbies. My baby don't watch Teletubbies. He watch Scooby-Doo. But go watch Scooby-Doo and just
do you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question. I have heard in the past a lot of mothers say, with your children, you will pick your battles wisely. The way I grew up, we didn't have options. Like it was.
I ain't either.
Serious.
I didn't have options.
It was.
Either.
You will do this at this time.
Right.
You will then do this at this time. You will go here, and on this day you will be here. Like we didn't have options to do anything.
Right. Right.
So how do you?
Is that how you were raised?
Yes. We had no options. We had no feelings. Nothing.
Like the kid, like the parent. My mom ran it. Like it was it was no options. Like.
Well, and I think that goes back to saying it should be like there should be balance, of course. Yes. So I think that it can because I know a lot of people think like we're only going to talk about the lack of structure, but too much structure can be just as much of a detriment as the lack of.
Right.
So if you have a parent that they mean well and they try to pretty much live your whole entire life for you, so you don't make the same mistakes they did, that will serve as a detriment. Because what will happen too, you'll see that the first time your life steps off of that structure that they have laid down for you, like you don't know what to do. You like, okay, my parents told me do this, do this, do this. But they didn't say what was going to happen if I didn't do this but did this. Right. And it's like, you're going to be down and out. You're not going to have a clue.
Well, you have to teach your child to be able to think for themselves and have some type of common sense.
That's true.
Because a lot of people don't have common sense.
Can you teach somebody to have common sense?
Well, yes. No. From a young age, you can can just certain things, if you can correct them on certain things. If you see that they're doing certain things, you can maybe step in and say, "Hey, don't do that. Don't don't do that. That's not.
Don't do that.
Don't do
So
that."
we can socialize them to do certain things.
Well, you can. I mean, if you know your child, you can teach your child. I mean, common sense. Though,
so how
certain
late
things
is too late to teach common sense? Because I want to talk to your mom about this.
That's funny because me and your mom just talked about it too. But no, I mean, what 4 or 5? Like certain things. If your child does certain things that like you would be like, you know what? Just don't do that. Like I can't really think of an example right offhand.
Common sense is more of something that you learn by observation.
Right. Because it sounds like what you're saying is like you're teaching them manners, like how to act, how to carry themselves, how to present themselves. Baby, you do this, but no, baby, little girls don't do this. Is that what you mean?
No, well, common sense is more or less, it's like you're not just gonna walk out in the middle of the street while cars are driving.
Right.
That's like common sense. Like, but you'll teach your child, hey, look both ways before you cross the street. I would.
Common sense comes into play where you hear about somebody walking to that same street and getting the crap smacked out of them. That's where the common sense comes, and then you be like, okay, well, if I do it, it's probably likely that I get hit too.
I mean, it's just like a hot stove,
I was just getting ready to say
when a baby.
A child doesn't know that.
Now, wait.
So you put his hand.
Yeah, you put that child hand when that child. They had never touched that. They never touch it again. They won't. Hey, they will never touch that again.
So let's get into so you said would you say like your parents were really strict?
Very strict.
Okay. So when you say like you had a really structured household, like
Right.
kind of describe to us
Okay.
how you were brought up.
By that I mean
And your parents were together.
my
They
parents
are still together.
are still together. They're
Okay.
still married. What I mean is I'm one of 5.
Okay.
Okay, and we all went to private schools and things like that. My parents made us all learn a musical instrument. So once a week, we all had our practice for our lesson for whatever musical instrument we played. Okay, then they made us stay in sports. So every day after school, we had sports. We had that rehearsal. We had that practice or whatever. My father is a pastor. So going to prayer and going to Bible study and not so much Bible study, but going to church on Sundays was there. We couldn't not go. Like, we didn't have that option. I didn't want to take piano lessons for 15 years, but like I said, I didn't have options. I didn't have choices. So I was stuck with that. So, and then in the afternoon, once you came home from your music lesson and your sports practice, you had to sit and do your homework for an hour, and then we ate dinner as a family
had a very
around the
strict
table.
schedule.
Right. Then you
So-
take a bath. Then you go to bed and do it all over. Too much structure.
So what do you think? Like, how do you think it served as a benefit to how you are
Okay.
now, and do you feel like it was served as some sort of a detriment? as well?
Okay. Benefit wise, it kept us. We learned order, and it was a benefit to us because I believe it helped us become well-rounded people in society. As a detriment, we didn't get to play with the neighborhood kids. As a matter of fact, we could not go off. If we could go outside and play, we could not go off of our street. And that was the benefit because we weren't raised in a really good neighborhood. So it kept us away from a lot of the crime, a lot of the violence, shootings, things like that in Illinois, where I'm from.
Venice, stand up.
Stop. I knew you were gonna say that.
He's like
So
the buggy.
I'm getting you a break. Okay, but I think also that because we were so structured and not really able to go out and experience that outside life, I think it caused us to
Be a little sheltered.
sheltered, but then also I was more book smart than street smart. Like,
So you
And-
lacking the common sense we talking about. I'm just joking. Man.
I was gonna say,
She's like, yeah.
but no.
Just to ask
But at
that
the same
lady that.
time, it's like I didn't get to learn a lot of the things that I had.
That's
I
so
had to wait till
ignorant.
college to learn. Stop. I'm trying to be serious here.
I'm sorry.
Okay, let's take a
Don't
break.
laugh at this.
Okay, I ruined it.
Let's take a break.
and
I
then
gotta
we'll come back. You on Control Chaos. iWatchRadio.com. Now you can see what we're talking about. We'll
Okay.
be back in a minute.
Oh,
Why
my
did you do
bad,
that?
dog.
Why don't I?
Why did you do that?
Man, because you gonna ask
I
this
was
lady.
just joking. I slid it in there. It was like one of those underlying jokes.
You didn't even
I
slide me in.
got
Hey, if you ever need me, for the system that is, just give me a call.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
Okay.
Close your eyes, make
Now you can see what we're talking about.